Otto II, called the Red, was Holy Roman Emperor from 973 until his death in 983. A member of the Ottonian dynasty, Otto II was the youngest and sole surviving son of Otto the Great and Adelaide of Italy. Otto II was made joint ruler of Germany in 961, at an early age, and his father named him co-emperor in 967 to secure his succession to the throne. His father also arranged for Otto II to marry the Byzantine princess Theophanu, who would be his wife until his death. When his father died after a 37-year reign, the 18-year-old Otto II became absolute ruler of the Holy Roman Empire in a peaceful succession. Otto II spent his reign continuing his father's policy of strengthening imperial rule in Germany and extending the borders of the empire deeper into southern Italy. Otto II also continued the work of Otto I in subordinating the Catholic Church to imperial control. Early in his reign, Otto II defeated a major revolt against his rule from other members of the Ottonian dynasty who claimed the throne for themselves. His victory allowed him to exclude the Bavarian line of Ottonians from the line of imperial succession. This strengthened his authority as emperor and secured the succession of his own son to the imperial throne. With domestic affairs settled, Otto II would focus his attention from 980 onward to annexing the whole of Italy into the empire. His conquests brought him into conflict with the Byzantine Empire and with the Muslims of the Fatimid Caliphate, who both held territories in southern Italy. After initial successes in unifying the southern Lombard principalities under his authority and in conquering Byzantine-controlled territory, Otto II's campaigns in southern Italy ended in 982 following a disastrous defeat by the Muslims. While he was preparing to counterattack Muslim forces, a major uprising by the Slavs broke out in 983. Forcing the empire to abandon its major territorial holdings east of the Elbe River. Otto II died suddenly in 983 at the age of 28 after a 10-year reign. He was succeeded as emperor by his 3-year-old son Otto III, plunging the empire into a political crisis. Early years. Birth and youth. Otto II was born in 955, the third son of the King of Germany Otto I and his second wife Adelaide of Italy. By 957, Otto II's older brothers Henry and Bruno had died, as well as Otto I's son from his first wife Eadgyth, the Crown Prince Ludolf, Duke of Swabia. With his older brothers dead, the 2-year-old Otto II became the kingdom's crown prince and Otto I's heir apparent. Otto I entrusted his illegitimate son, Archbishop William of Mainz, with Otto II's literary and cultural education. Margrave Otto, commander of the Eastern March, taught the young crown prince the art of war and the kingdom's legal customs. Needing to put his affairs in order prior to his descent into Italy, Otto I summoned a diet at Worms and had Otto II elected, at the age of 6, co-regent in May 961. Otto II was later crowned by his uncle Bruno the Great, Archbishop of Cologne, at Aachen Cathedral on May 26, 961. While Otto I had secured succession of the throne, he had violated the kingdom's unwritten law that succession rights could only be granted to a child who has reached the age of majority. He was likely motivated by the high risk associated with his expedition into Italy to claim the imperial title from the Pope. Otto I crossed the Alps into Italy, while Otto II remained in Germany, and the two archbishops, Bruno and William, were appointed as his regents. After 3.5-year absence in Italy, Otto I returned to Germany early in 965 as Holy Roman Emperor. In order to give the hope of dynastic continuity after his death, Otto I again confirmed Otto II as his heir on February 2, 965. the third anniversary of Otto I's coronation as emperor. Heir apparent though Otto I was crowned emperor in 962 and returned to Germany in 965, the political situation in Italy remained unstable. After almost 2 years in Germany, Otto I made a third expedition to Italy in 966. Bruno was again appointed regent over the 11-year-old Otto II during Otto I's absence. With his power over northern and central Italy secured, Otto I sought to clarify his relationship with the Byzantine Empire in the east. The Byzantine emperor objected to Otto's use of the title emperor. The situation between East and West was finally resolved to share sovereignty over southern Italy. Otto I sought a marriage alliance between his imperial house and the Eastern Macedonian dynasty. A prerequisite for the marriage alliance was the coronation of Otto II as co-emperor. Otto I then sent word for Otto II to join him in Italy. In October 967, father and son met in Verona and together marched through Ravenna to Rome. On December 25, 967, Otto II was crowned co-emperor by Pope John XIII, securing Otto II's succession to the imperial crown following his father's death. Otto II's coronation allowed marriage negotiations to begin with the East. Only in 972, 6 years later, under the new Byzantine Emperor John I Zimiscus, was a marriage and peace agreement concluded. However, though Otto I preferred Byzantine Princess Anna Porphyrogenita, daughter of former Byzantine Emperor Romanos II, as she was born in the purple, her age prevented serious consideration by the East. The choice of Emperor John I Zimiscus was his niece Theophanu, who was the soldier emperor's niece by marriage. On April 14, 972, the 16-year-old Otto II was married to the 12-year-old Eastern princess, and Theophanu was crowned empress by the Pope. Even after his coronation, Otto II remained in the shadow of his overbearing father. Though the nominal co-ruler of the empire, he was denied any role in its administration. Unlike his earlier son Ludolf, whom Otto I named Duke of Swabia in 950, Otto II was granted no area of responsibility. Otto II was confined primarily to northern Italy during his father's time south of the Alps. After 5 years away, the imperial family returned to Saxony in August 972. On May 7, 973, Otto died of fever, and Otto II succeeded his father as sole emperor without meeting any opposition. Otto II spent his reign continuing his father's policy of strengthening imperial rule in Germany and extending it deeper into Italy. Reign as emperor, coronation and domestic strife. When Otto the Great died, the smooth succession to the imperial throne of Otto II had long been guaranteed. Otto II had been king of Germany for 12 years and emperor for 5 at the time of Otto the Great's death. Unlike his father, Otto II did not have any brothers to contest his claims to the throne. On May 8, the nobles of the empire assembled before Otto II and, according to the Saxon chronicler Widukind of Corvey, elected Otto II as his father's successor. One of Otto II's first acts was to confirm the rights and possessions of the Archbishop of Magdeburg. Although Otto II had succeeded peacefully to the throne, internal divisions of power still remained unaddressed. During his first 7 years as emperor, he was constantly occupied with maintaining imperial power against internal rivals and external enemies. The domestic problems Otto the Great faced between 963 and 972 had not been resolved by his death. The Saxon nobility continued to resist the Archdiocese of Magdeburg located along the empire's eastern border. Though established by Otto I, the exact details of the diocese's boundaries were left to Otto II and his aides. Otto II's marriage to the Byzantine princess Theophanu proved to be to his disadvantage because the Saxon nobles felt it distanced the emperor from their interests. Among Otto II's chief advisors, only the Saxon bishop Dietrich I of Metz had close connections with the Old Saxon nobility. His other advisors lacked support from the empire's various dukes. The Archbishop of Mainz Williges, appointed in 975, who had been with Otto II's advisor since Otto the Great's second expedition into Italy in the 960s, had not been born from a noble family. Hildebald of Worms, who had been appointed as Otto II's chancellor in 977 and then as Bishop of Worms in 979, was also not from a noble family. Otto the Great also failed to clarify affairs in Italy prior to his death. Otto died soon after the appointment of Pope Benedict VI in 973. In 974 Benedict was imprisoned in the Castel Sant'Angelo, the stronghold of the Crescenzi family. When Otto II sent an imperial representative, Count Sicca, to secure his release, Crescentius I and Cardinal Deacon Franco Ferrucci, who would subsequently become Boniface VII, an anti-pope, had Benedict murdered while still in prison. Following his coronation, a rift developed between Otto II and his mother, the Dowager Empress Adelaide of Italy. From the death of Otto the Great until Easter 974, Adelaide accompanied the emperor at all times, traveling throughout the empire with him. However, Otto II's mother and his wife Theophana each distrusted the influence the other held over the emperor, causing friction within the imperial household. A final meeting between Otto II and Adelaide was arranged shortly before Pentecost in 978, but a peaceful outcome was not achieved, forcing Adelaide to retire to Burgundy and to the protection of her brother King Conrad of Burgundy. Conflict with Henry II. Otto II sought continued peace between himself and the descendants of his uncle Henry I, Duke of Bavaria. To ensure domestic tranquility, Otto II, on June 27, 973, granted his cousin, Henry II, Duke of Bavaria, control over the imperial castles in Bamberg and Steglitz. This was not enough for the young Bavarian duke, who wished to extend his influence in the Duchy of Swabia as his father had under Otto the Great. The death of Bishop Ulrich of Augsburg on July 4, 973, brought the conflict between the cousins to a head. Without consulting Otto II, Henry II named his cousin Henry as the new Bishop of Augsburg. Augsburg was located on the western side of the Swabian-Bavarian border, the territory of Henry II's brother-in-law Burchard III, Duke of Swabia. Henry's actions in naming a bishop in a duchy not his own and without imperial direction brought him into conflict with both Otto II and Burchard III. Not desiring civil war, Otto II, on September 22, 973, invested Henry as bishop. On November 12, 973, Burchard III died with no heir. His union to Hadwing, sister of Henry II, had produced no children. With no clear successor, Henry II demanded that Otto II name him as the new Duke of Swabia. The emperor sensed the far-reaching ambitions of his cousin and denied his request. Instead, Otto II named as Duke his nephew Otto, son of his half-brother Ludolf, Duke of Swabia. Prior to his appointment, Otto had been a long-time opponent of Henry II's expanding influence in Swabia. By naming a descendant of his half-brother instead of his cousin, Otto II reinforced his father's policy of appointing close family members to key posts throughout the empire. This appointment elevated the descendants of Otto the Great above those of Henry I in the selection process, further dividing Otto II and Henry II. The appointment of Otto as Duke of Swabia was taken by Henry II as an assault on his claim to the imperial throne and a slight to his honor. He and his advisor, Bishop Abraham of Freising, conspired with the Duke of Poland Moscow I and the Duke of Bohemia Boleslaus II against Otto II in 974. While the historical sources do not describe the goals of the conspirators, Henry II likely intended to restore his honor and to ensure his position as the second most influential man in the empire. Upon hearing of the conspiracy, Poppo, the Bishop of Würzburg, demanded Henry II and his followers to submit to Otto II or face excommunication. Otto the Great's efforts to consolidate the Church under imperial control had made this type of action normal. Henry II and his followers complied and submitted to Otto II before armed conflict broke out. Otto II, however, severely punished these conspirators. Henry II was imprisoned at Ingelheim and Bishop Abraham at Corvey. By 976, Henry II returned to Bavaria. Whether Otto II released him from prison or if he escaped is not known for certain. Upon his return, Henry came into open rebellion against Otto II, claiming rulership over the empire for himself. Henry II mobilized the Saxon nobility against Otto II. In particular, Henry II had strong connections to Margrave Gunther of Mersburg, Count Egbert the One-Eyed, and Dietrich I of Wettin, who were all displeased with Otto II's lack of adherence to Saxon tradition. In response to the rebellion, Otto II stripped Henry II of his duchy and had him excommunicated. Otto II then marched his army south to Bavaria and laid siege to Regensburg, Henry II's stronghold. Otto II's army eventually broke through the city's defences, forcing Henry II to flee to Bohemia. With Henry II deposed, in July 976 Otto II issued far-reaching edicts on the reorganization of the southern German duchies. Otto II reduced the Duchy of Bavaria in territorial size by almost a third. From the confiscated Bavarian territory, Otto II established the Duchy of Carinthia in southern Germany. By depriving Bavaria of the March of Verona, Otto II considerably reduced the influence of the Bavarian dukes in northern Italy and in general imperial policy regarding Italy. Otto II gave the newly diminished Duchy of Bavaria to his relative Otto, the Duke of Swabia, and appointed Henry III, son of the former Bavarian Duke Berthold, as Duke of Carinthia. These appointments continued his policy of appointing of individuals who had no political links to Otto the Great, including those who had even rebelled against him. With matters in southern Germany settled, Otto II turned his attention to defeating and capturing Henry II. After a failed first invasion into Bohemia, Otto II marched to Bohemia a second time in August 977. While in Bohemia, a revolt broke out in Bavaria. Henry I, Bishop of Augsburg, and the newly appointed Carinthian Duke Henry III joined Henry II in rebellion, forcing Otto II to return from Bohemia. The emperor, aided by the Duke of Swabia and Bavaria, met the rebels at Passau and, after a long siege, forced him into submission. Otto II then brought the rebels before the imperial diet in Quedlinburg on March 31, 978. Boleslaus II was treated with honours and swore loyalty to Otto II. Mieszko I of Poland also submitted to Otto II's overlordship. Henry II, however, was not so fortunate. Otto II imprisoned him under the custody of the Bishop of Utrecht, where he would remain until Otto II's death in 983. While Otto the Great had pardoned rebellious family members for their crimes, Otto II followed a different policy. Instead, Otto II hoped to subordinate the Bavarian line of Ottonians to his imperial authority. Henry II's 4-year-old son, also named Henry, was sent to Hildesheim to study for an ecclesiastical career. It appears Otto II intended to end the Bavarian Ottonians' secular control of Bavaria. Under a new duke, Bavaria would remain a remote area of the empire. Otto II would only visit the duchy 3 times during his reign, in all cases accompanied by the military. War with Denmark. In 950, Otto the Great had subdued the Kingdom of Denmark and forced the Danish king Gorm the Old to accept him as his overlord. Otto the Great also forced the king and his heir apparent Harald Bluetooth to convert to Christianity. Under the reign of Otto the Great, Denmark fulfilled all its obligations and regularly paid tribute to the Germans. When Harald became king in 958, he expanded the control of his kingdom into Norway, becoming king there in 970. With his newly obtained power, the young ruler was no longer willing to accept German supremacy over his kingdom. In summer 974, Harald rebelled against Otto II. With the support of Norwegian troops, Harald was able to cross the Danish border into Germany, defeating the German forces stationed in the north. Otto II attacked Harald's forces, but the joint Danish-Norwegian army repelled the German army. In autumn, however, when the Norwegian allies sailed north to return to Norway, Otto II was able to counter Harald's advances at the Danevirke. As a result of this victory, Otto II officially annexed Denmark into the empire and exiled Harald to Norway. War against France. Before Henry II's civil war in southern Germany erupted, Otto II was faced with disputes in western Germany. The brothers Regina IV, Count of Mons, and Lambert I, Count of Leuven, demanded that the emperor restore their confiscated inheritance in the Duchy of Lorraine. Years earlier in 958, Otto the Great banished their father Regina III, Count of Hainaut, to Bohemia after he attempted a failed revolt. In 973, Otto II granted their request. With both Otto the Great and Count Regina III dead, it appears Otto II desired a fresh start with the two sons. Lambert I and Regina IV returned to Lorraine in 973 to reclaim their land by force. After an initial failure, the brother attempted again in 976, this time with the support of King Lothar of France. To help calm the situation in the west, Otto II appointed Charles, his cousin and brother of Lothar, as Duke of Lorraine. The same year, Otto II appointed Egbert as his imperial chancellor. Otto II's support of Charles, however, infuriated the French king, who claimed the duchy as his own territory. Charles and Lothar were also feuding, with Charles being exiled from France over infidelity allegation concerning Lothar's wife. Charles fled to Otto II's court and paid homage to Otto II. In return, Otto II appointed Charles as duke and promised to support him in claiming the French throne. Soon after Otto II crushed Henry II's revolt in the south, the emperor and his wife Theophanie returned to the old capital of Aachen in Lorraine. With the imperial family near the French border, Lothar invaded Lorraine and marched on Aachen. With the French army in sight, Otto II and Theophane fled to Cologne and then to the Duchy of Saxony. Upon hearing of the French invasion, Otto II's mother Adelaide of Italy, who was Lothar's mother-in-law, sided with Lothar over her own son and moved to the court of her brother King Conrad of Burgundy. After occupying Aachen for 5 days, Lothar returned to France after symbolically disgracing the city. Otto II convened the Imperial Diet in mid-July at Dortmund. There, Otto II declared war against France and prepared his army to march west. In September 978, Otto II retaliated against Lothar by invading France with the aid of Charles. He met with little resistance on French territory, devastating the land around Reims, Soissons, and Laon. Otto II then had Charles crowned as King of France by Theodoric I, Bishop of Metz. Lothar then fled to the French capital of Paris and was there besieged by Otto II and Charles. Sickness among his troops brought on by winter and a French relief army under Hugh Capet forced Otto II and Charles to lift the siege on November 30, and to return to Germany. On the journey back to Germany, Otto's rearguard was attacked and destroyed by French forces, with their supplies being captured. Despite neither side obtaining a clear victory, Otto II felt his honor was sufficiently restored and opened peace negotiations with the French king. Peace was finally concluded between Otto II and Lothair in 980. In return for renouncing his claims on Lorraine, Otto II would recognize Lothair's son Louis V as the rightful heir to the French throne. With peace concluded, Otto II returned to Aachen to celebrate Pentecost, and then moved towards Nijmegen. During the journey, in late June or early July 980, the Empress Theophanie gave birth to the imperial couple's only son, Otto III.